Someone is secretly and truly in love with you. Their name is. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, and the fact that you stopped here isn't coincidence, it's alignment, it's the universe pressing pause on your feed to speak directly to your spirit. So don't scroll, listen to this, because there is someone whose feelings for you have been growing quietly, deeply, and more honestly than you realize. And this message is for you because your soul already senses it, even if your mind has been trying to explain it away. Don't scroll, listen to this. This isn't about fantasy or wishful thinking, it's about recognition, the kind that settles into your chest and makes you breathe a little slower. Your heart needs this right now because something real has been unfolding behind the scenes, protected by silence, timing, and fear. Listen to this. This person didn't plan to fall for you, didn't expect it, didn't prepare for how deeply you would affect them, and that's exactly why it's scared them. Don't scroll, listen to this. Real love doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet certainty that refuses to go away. This message is for you because you may have felt it as sudden thoughts that appear out of nowhere, as emotional waves that don't belong to your present moment, as dreams where someone feels close even if they never speak. Your heart needs this right now because soulmate connections communicate beneath logic. Listen to this. This person has been carrying your energy with them, comparing nothing and no one to you intentionally, but noticing how everything else feels less alive, less aligned, less true. Don't scroll, listen to this. They've been watching you from a distance, not always physically, but energetically, sensing when you pull back, sensing when you grow stronger, sensing when you choose peace over chaos, and that growth in you has only made their feelings more undeniable. This message is for you because love matures when both hearts are ready to hold it without breaking. Listen to this. The reason this love has stayed hidden isn't deception, it's protection. Protection from unfinished healing, from poor timing, from emotional overwhelm. Don't scroll, listen to this. The universe doesn't reveal truth when it would destabilize you. It reveals it when you can receive it calmly, and your heart needs this right now because you are calmer now, more grounded, more discerning than you were before. Listen to this. You don't chase clarity anymore, you recognize it, and recognition is exactly what's happening here. Don't scroll, listen to this. There have been signs, subtle but consistent, angel numbers like 11. 11 showing up when you think of love, 222 appearing when you question timing, 444 when you need reassurance, 555 when something inside you whispers that change is coming. Your heart needs this right now because those numbers aren't predicting, they're aligning. Listen to this. They're reminders that two paths are quietly moving closer without force. Don't scroll, listen to this. This person has tried to stay logical, tried to dismiss what they feel, tried to convince themselves that silence is safer than truth, but love doesn't disappear when ignored, it waits, and waiting is exactly what's been happening. This message is for you because waiting doesn't mean absence, it means preparation. Listen to this. Preparation has been happening on both sides. You've been learning boundaries, self-respect, emotional regulation, while they've been learning honesty, courage, and accountability. Don't scroll, listen to this. That's why this feels different from past connections. It doesn't feel chaotic, it feels steady, even in the unknown. Your heart needs this right now because steady love doesn't rush declarations, it waits for safety. Listen to this. Safety is now present in you, and that's why the universe is beginning to lift the veil. Don't scroll, listen to this. You may feel a strange mix of calm and anticipation as you hear this. Not anxiety, not urgency, but a quiet, "This makes sense." And that's how you know this message is for you. Listen to this: the name you're wondering about hasn't been spoken yet because the universe reveals truth in layers, not to tease you, but to protect your peace. Don't scroll, listen to this: names carry weight, and weight requires readiness. Your heart needs this right now because readiness isn't about wanting, it's about being able to stay grounded when truth arrives. Listen to this: this person is closer to that moment than ever before, wrestling internally with the realization that loving you has changed them, that pretending otherwise feels dishonest. Don't scroll, listen to this: honesty grows louder when alignment is near, and alignment is near. This message is for you because the universe doesn't awaken one heart without stirring the other. Listen to this: you may already feel who this is without needing confirmation, a name that surfaces gently in your chest, not loudly in your mind. Don't scroll, listen to this: intuition doesn't shout, it settles, and what's settling now is awareness. Your heart needs this right now because awareness is power. Listen to this: power doesn't cling, it allows, and allowing is what you're being guided to do. Don't scroll, listen to this: you are not being asked to chase, confront, or force anything. You are being asked to stay open and grounded while truth moves toward you naturally. This message is for you because what's meant for you doesn't require you to abandon yourself. Listen to this: it will meet you where you are now, not who you used to be. Don't scroll, listen to this: the story isn't ending, it's beginning to make sense, and the next layer will arrive not as shock, but as recognition, a moment where everything quietly clicks into place, and your heart, instead of racing, finally exhales. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now. And what comes next is deeper, steadier, and more revealing than you expect, because after recognition settles in, the universe doesn't rush the truth, it grounds it. Listen to this: the person who is secretly and truly in love with you has been moving through a quiet internal shift, one that doesn't announce itself with grand gestures but shows up as an inability to ignore you anymore. Don't scroll, listen to this: they wake up and your energy is already there, not as longing, not as fantasy, but as a calm awareness that you matter more than they admitted to themselves. Your heart needs this right now because calm awareness is the soul's language. Listen to this: they've been replaying moments not to romanticize them, but to understand why those moments felt different, why being around you felt like breathing easier, why your presence didn't drain them but restored them. Don't scroll, listen to this: restoration is rare, and rare things demand honesty. This message is for you because honesty has been growing inside them even when words haven't reached you yet. Listen to this: they've noticed how their standards have shifted, how what used to feel exciting now feels empty, how noise feels overwhelming, and how thoughts of you feel grounding. Don't scroll, listen to this: grounding is what happens when the heart recognizes home. Your heart needs this right now because home doesn't always look like fireworks, sometimes it looks like peace. Listen to this: angels have been near, quietly reinforcing this shift, not with commands, but with reminders, numbers appearing at just the right moments: 111 when they think of reaching out, 222 when they question timing, 333 when they feel watched over in silence, 444 when fear tries to pull them back into old patterns, 555 when they sense that something is changing whether they're ready or not. Don't scroll, listen to this: these numbers aren't pushing them toward action yet, they're stabilizing them so action, when it comes, won't be reckless. Your heart needs this right now because you don't need reckless love, you need aligned love. Listen to this: aligned love doesn't arrive with chaos, It arrives with clarity that feels almost anticlimactic at first. Don't scroll, listen to this. They've been asking themselves hard questions, not, do I like them, but, why does this feel unfinished? And, why does letting go feel dishonest? This message is for you because unfinished feelings don't linger by accident. Listen to this. Lingering happens when something real hasn't been honored yet. Don't scroll, listen to this. They've also been noticing you changing, even from afar, your boundaries firmer, your energy calmer, your reactions slower, and that change has made them realize that if they speak, they can't speak casually anymore. Your heart needs this right now because casual energy no longer matches who you are. Listen to this. You've grown into someone who can receive truth without collapsing, and that growth is exactly why the universe is allowing this awareness to rise now. Don't scroll, listen to this. You may have felt moments of sudden calm lately, like you don't need answers the way you used to, and that's alignment. This message is for you because alignment doesn't cling to outcomes, it trusts timing. Listen to this. Trust is being tested gently. Not to frustrate you, but to strengthen you. Don't scroll, listen to this. The universe wants to know if you can stay rooted in your life while love finds its way toward you. Your heart needs this right now because rooted people don't lose themselves when connection deepens. Listen to this. They're beginning to understand that loving you isn't just about feeling something, it's about being able to show up with integrity, consistency, and presence. Don't scroll, listen to this. Presence is what they're learning now, how to stay with a feeling. Instead of distracting themselves, how to sit with truth instead of avoiding it. Your heart needs this right now because presence is the foundation of lasting love. Listen to this. There may be moments where you feel them strongly, almost like they're thinking of you at the same time you're thinking of them. And that's not imagination, that's energetic awareness syncing. Don't scroll, listen to this. Soul connections don't rely on constant communication, they respond to alignment. Your heart needs this right now because alignment is happening beneath the surface. Listen to this. You are not being asked to wait in stillness or put your life on pause. You are being asked to stay embodied, to keep choosing joy, growth, and self-respect while truth organizes itself. Don't scroll, listen to this. Embodiment keeps you from over-investing emotionally before clarity arrives. Your heart needs this right now because you've already lived through love that asked you to abandon yourself. Listen to this. That chapter is over, and the universe knows it. Don't scroll, listen to this. That's why this connection is unfolding differently, slower, steadier, with more protection around it. Your heart needs this right now because protection is a sign of value. Listen to this. They're feeling that value too, realizing that approaching you incorrectly would damage something sacred. Don't scroll, listen to this. Sacred connections require patience, not because they're fragile, but because they're meaningful. Your heart needs this right now because meaning deserves care. Listen to this. You may notice that when you imagine this person now, you don't feel the old tightness or urgency, you feel curiosity mixed with calm, and that's how you know you're aligned. Don't scroll, listen to this. Aligned curiosity doesn't demand answers, it allows discovery. Your heart needs this right now because discovery happens naturally when both people are ready. Listen to this. The universe is also reminding you that silence doesn't equal absence. Sometimes silence is integration. Don't scroll, listen to this. Integration is what happens when feelings become part of someone's identity instead of a passing emotion. Your heart needs this right now because identity-level feelings don't fade easily. Listen to this. They're not asking, "Should I feel this?" anymore. They're asking, "What does this mean about me?" And that's a powerful shift. Don't scroll, listen to this. Power doesn't announce itself, it stabilizes. Your heart needs this right now because stability is what you've been craving. Listen to this. Angels are also guiding you to notice how your body responds when you think about forcing clarity versus allowing it. Forcing tightens, allowing softens. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Softness is your confirmation. Your heart needs this right now because softness means safety. Listen to this. When truth finally moves from awareness into expression, it won't feel shocking. It will feel overdue in the best way, like, this makes sense now. Don't scroll. Listen to this. And that's why the universe is pacing this carefully, because when truth arrives calmly, it lasts. Your heart needs this right now because lasting connection is what you're being prepared for. Listen to this. The next sign won't come as a dramatic confession yet. It may come as consistency, as presence, as effort that feels different than before. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Actions reveal readiness more than words ever could. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer impressed by words alone. Listen to this. If you feel steadier reading this instead of more anxious, that's your confirmation that this message is aligned. The universe is not teasing you. It's preparing you. And what's unfolding is doing so in a way that honors your growth, protects your peace, and allows love to arrive without costing you yourself. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now. And this layer goes even deeper than awareness, deeper than quiet realization, because now the universe is shifting from recognition into preparation. Listen to this. The person who is secretly and truly in love with you is no longer questioning their feelings, they're questioning their courage, and that distinction matters. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because when someone stops asking, "Do I feel this?" and starts asking, "What am I going to do with this?" everything changes. Your heart needs this right now because change doesn't always arrive loudly. It arrives as pressure building gently from the inside. Listen to this. They've been noticing how pretending neutrality feels heavier than honesty, how silence used to feel safe but now feels incomplete, and that discomfort isn't anxiety, it's awakening. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Awakening happens when the soul outgrows avoidance. This message is for you because you've already gone through that stage yourself. Listen to this. You know what it's like to sit with feelings long enough that they stop being scary and start being clear. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Clarity is what they're stepping into now, and clarity doesn't rush declarations. It rearranges priorities. Your heart needs this right now because priorities determine behavior. Listen to this. They're realizing that loving you isn't something they can keep tucked away in the background of their life. It's not a passing emotion, it's a truth that demands alignment. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Alignment means choices, and choices require bravery. This message is for you because bravery is being cultivated right now. Listen to this. Angels have been working closely during this phase, not pushing, not pressuring, but placing gentle markers along the path. Repeated numbers appearing at moments when fear rises. 444 when they consider retreating. 555 when they feel the urge to change something they've tolerated too long. 222 when they're reminded to stay balanced instead of impulsive. Don't scroll. Listen to this. These numbers are not instructions, they're stabilizers, keeping them from swinging between extremes while truth settles. Your heart needs this right now because you don't need someone who swings, you need someone who steadies. Listen to this. They've been reflecting on how you make them feel safe without asking for anything in return. How your presence never demanded explanation, and that realization is humbling. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Humility is where real love takes root. This message is for you because ego-driven attraction burns fast, but humility grows deep. listen to this, they're also becoming aware that you may not be waiting the way you once did, that you're living your life, grounded, present, choosing peace, and that awareness is shifting their internal clock. Don't scroll, listen to this. When someone realizes they could actually lose access to your energy, the truth sharpens. Your heart needs this right now because your growth is not punishment, it's alignment. Listen to this. You're no longer available for half-truths or emotional ambiguity, and they feel that, even if you haven't said it out loud. Don't scroll, listen to this. That's why this stage feels heavier for them, because love now comes with accountability. Your heart needs this right now because accountability is the language of mature connection. Listen to this. They're imagining conversations they haven't had yet, not rehearsing lines, but sensing how vulnerable they'd have to be to speak honestly. Don't scroll, listen to this. Vulnerability is what they're practicing internally first. This message is for you because vulnerability without grounding creates chaos, but vulnerability with grounding creates intimacy. Listen to this. They don't want to approach you with confusion. They want to approach you with clarity, and that intention is important. Don't scroll, listen to this. Intention shapes outcome. Your heart needs this right now because you're aligned with outcomes that don't cost you your peace. Listen to this. You may notice that you're less emotionally reactive lately, less tempted to fill silence with stories, and that's because your intuition is quieter but stronger. Don't scroll, listen to this. Quiet intuition is the most reliable. Your heart needs this right now because loud emotions used to drown it out. Listen to this. The universe is also preparing you not to idealize this person, but to see them clearly, flaws and all, because clarity protects you from projection. Don't scroll, listen to this. Projection creates disappointment, but clarity creates choice. Your heart needs this right now because choice is power. Listen to this. They're sensing that when they do step forward, it won't be met with desperation or disbelief. It will be met with discernment. And that both reassures and challenges them. Don't scroll, listen to this. Discernment raises the bar. This message is for you because you've raised your standards without hardening your heart. Listen to this. That balance is rare, and rare energy doesn't get rushed. Don't scroll, listen to this. Angels are also guiding you to release the need to know the name right now, because knowing too early would pull you into the mind instead of letting the heart stay open. Your heart needs this right now because openness allows truth to arrive gently. Listen to this. The universe is not withholding information to tease you, it's sequencing it to protect you. Don't scroll, listen to this. Protection looks like patience when you're ready, not delay when you're unready. Your heart needs this right now because you are ready for honesty, not for chaos. Listen to this. They're beginning to understand that loving you means showing up consistently, not just emotionally. And consistency requires restructuring parts of their life that no longer fit. Don't scroll, listen to this. Restructuring takes time, courage, and clarity, and all three are forming now. Your heart needs this right now because you're not meant to carry someone else's unfinished work. Listen to this. You're meant to meet someone who has done enough inner alignment to stand beside you, not lean on you. Don't scroll, listen to this. That's why this unfolding feels slower but safer. Listen to this. Safety is the signal you once ignored, but now you recognize it immediately. Your heart needs this right now because recognition is wisdom. Listen to this. You may feel moments where you suddenly trust the process without needing proof, and that trust isn't naive, it's earned. Don't scroll, listen to this. Earned trust comes from surviving what you once thought would break you. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer the same person who needed reassurance to breathe. Listen to this. You breathe on your own now. And that independence is what allows love to come closer without Fear, don't scroll, listen to this. They're sensing that too, sensing that approaching you requires presence, honesty, and follow-through, not charm or timing games. Your heart needs this right now because games no longer interest you. Listen to this. The universe is aligning this connection with the version of you who can choose calmly instead of cling desperately. Don't scroll, listen to this. That version of you is powerful. And power attracts respect. Listen to this. Respect is growing on their side, not just desire, and respect is what turns feeling into action. Don't scroll, listen to this. Action doesn't always arrive as a dramatic confession. Sometimes it arrives as consistency that feels different than before. Your heart needs this right now because difference is how you'll know it's real. Listen to this. If reading this makes you feel grounded, steady, and quietly confident instead of restless, that's your confirmation. The universe is not rushing the reveal, it's preparing both hearts so when truth steps forward, it can stay, and what's coming will feel less like surprise and more like recognition finally finding its voice. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, and if you're still here it's because something inside you recognizes the truth moving closer, not rushing, not forcing, but approaching with intention. Listen to this. This stage is where the universe begins testing trust, not your patience, but your ability to stay grounded while things quietly rearrange themselves. Don't scroll, listen to this. The person who is secretly and truly in love with you is feeling the weight of what they know now, not as panic, but as responsibility, because when love becomes real, it asks for integrity. Your heart needs this right now because integrity is the bridge between feeling and action. Listen to this. They've started noticing that certain choices feel heavier than they used to, certain conversations feel hollow, certain routines feel misaligned, and that discomfort isn't random, it's guidance. Don't scroll, listen to this. Guidance often feels like restlessness when the soul is ready to move but the mind hasn't caught up yet. This message is for you because you felt that restlessness before and survived it. Listen to this. You know the difference between anxiety and awakening now, and what they're feeling is awakening. Don't scroll, listen to this. Awakening strips away excuses gently but firmly, making it harder to hide behind. Not the right time. When the heart already knows the truth, your heart needs this right now because truth doesn't always demand immediate confession, sometimes it demands internal alignment first. Listen to this. They're aligning pieces of their life so that when they do speak, they can stand behind their words. Don't scroll, listen to this. Standing behind words matters to you now, because you've outgrown empty promises and emotional loops. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer available for potential without proof. Listen to this. The universe has noticed that shift in you, and it's protecting it. That's why things are unfolding with care instead of chaos. Don't scroll, listen to this. Care is what love looks like when it's mature. This message is for you because mature love doesn't rush to be seen, it prepares to be real. Listen to this. You may feel moments of sudden clarity lately, moments where you realize you're okay no matter how this unfolds, and that calm isn't detachment, it's confidence. Don't scroll, listen to this. Confidence doesn't come from certainty about others, it comes from trust in yourself. Your heart needs this right now because self-trust anchors destiny. Listen to this. Angels have been surrounding this connection quietly, reinforcing boundaries, slowing impulsive moves, placing pauses where there used to be urgency. Don't scroll, listen to this. Pauses are not blocks, they're buffers, keeping things from breaking under pressure. Your heart needs this right now because pressure once made you accept less than you deserved. Listen to this. That pattern has ended, and the universe knows it. Don't scroll, listen to this. That's why you're being asked to stay present instead of predictive, to notice your body instead of chasing outcomes. Your heart needs this right now because your body recognizes safety faster than your mind recognizes certainty. Listen to this. You may notice that when you imagine forcing a conversation or pushing for clarity, your chest tightens, but when you imagine allowing things to unfold, your breath deepens. Don't scroll, listen to this. That contrast is guidance. Your heart needs this right now because guidance doesn't shout, it signals. Listen to this. The person who loves you is also feeling that signal, feeling that rushing would cost them something meaningful, and that realization is slowing them down intentionally. Don't scroll, listen to this. Intentional slowing is a sign of respect. Your heart needs this right now because respect is non-negotiable now. Listen to this. They've begun picturing what honesty would actually require, not just emotionally, but practically, and that's where courage is being built. Don't scroll, listen to this. Courage isn't loud, it's steady, and steady courage lasts. Your heart needs this right now because you're aligned with things that last. Listen to this. The universe is also preparing you not to romanticize the reveal, but to receive it with discernment. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Discernment doesn't kill magic, it protects it. Your heart needs this right now because magic without grounding fades. Listen to this. Grounding is what keeps connection rooted in reality. Don't scroll, listen to this. You may notice that you're less interested in guessing games now, less tempted to read into every sign, and that's growth. Your heart needs this right now because growth frees you from emotional exhaustion. Listen to this. The universe is rewarding that growth by aligning situations where truth can surface without drama. Don't scroll, listen to this. Drama once felt like proof of passion, but now peace feels like proof of alignment. Your heart needs this right now because alignment doesn't steal your energy, it restores it. Listen to this. You're being reminded not to abandon your routines, your joy, your connections while this unfolds, because what's meant for you will integrate into your life, not interrupt it. Don't scroll, listen to this. Interruption belongs to lessons, integration belongs to destiny. Your heart needs this right now because destiny feels natural. Listen to this. The person who loves you is sensing that too, sensing that whatever happens next must fit into real life, not exist as a fantasy bubble. Don't scroll, listen to this. That awareness is shaping their choices quietly, making them more thoughtful, more present, more careful with words and actions. Your heart needs this right now because careful energy feels safe. Listen to this. Safety allows you to stay open without guarding every inch of yourself. Don't scroll, listen to this. Guarding was survival, openness is strength. Your heart needs this right now because strength doesn't fear truth. Listen to this. The universe is also reminding you that you don't need to know everything to stay aligned. You just need to stay honest with yourself. Don't scroll, listen to this. Honesty with yourself keeps you from settling. Your heart needs this right now because settling once disguised itself as patience. Listen to this. But patience now feels different. It feels active, grounded, self-respecting. Don't scroll, listen to this. Active patience is powerful because it trusts timing without pausing life. Your heart needs this right now because you're living, not waiting. Listen to this. The person who loves you feels that shift, feels that you're no longer available for emotional limbo, and that awareness is sharpening their resolve. Don't scroll, listen to this. Resolve grows when people realize they could lose access to something real. Your heart needs this right now because your worth is no longer negotiable. Listen to this. Angels are guiding you to stay with the feeling of calm rather than chase reassurance, because calm is your compass now. Don't scroll, listen to this, your compass is pointing toward clarity, but clarity arrives best when the ground is stable. Your heart needs this right now because stability allows truth to land gently. Listen to this, the next development won't arrive as chaos or confession out of nowhere, it will arrive as a shift you feel before you hear anything. Don't scroll, listen to this, you'll notice consistency where there used to be silence, intention where there used to be confusion, presence where there used to be distance. Your heart needs this right now because presence is unmistakable. Listen to this, you won't have to convince yourself when it's real, you'll simply recognize it. Don't scroll. Listen to this, recognition feels like relief, like your body exhaling, like tension leaving your shoulders. Your heart needs this right now because relief is how truth enters when you're ready. Listen to this, the universe isn't dangling answers in front of you, it's building a foundation strong enough to hold them. Don't scroll, listen to this, if you feel steadier reading this instead of restless, that's your confirmation that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, not late, not early, but aligned, and what's meant to come next will meet you without costing you your peace. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, and if you're still here it's because the universe is intentionally holding you in this moment, not to overwhelm you, but to settle something deep inside you. Listen to this, this phase is where everything that's been quietly forming begins to stabilize. Where love stops feeling like a question and starts feeling like a truth that's learning how to stand on its own. Don't scroll, listen to this. The person who is secretly and truly in love with you is no longer wrestling with whether the feeling is real, they're wrestling with how to honor it without damaging what it could become, and that matters. Your heart needs this right now because care is the difference between desire and devotion. Listen to this. Devotion doesn't rush, it considers, it respects, it pauses when necessary. Don't scroll, listen to this. They've been noticing that every time they imagine approaching you without clarity, something inside them tightens, but when they imagine approaching you with honesty, patience, and follow-through, something softens, and that contrast is guiding them. This message is for you because your energy is no longer compatible with confusion. Listen to this, confusion once kept you hooked, but now it feels draining, and that shift changed everything. Don't scroll, listen to this. The universe has noticed that you don't chase what makes you anxious anymore, you choose what makes you feel grounded, and that choice altered the pace of this connection. Your heart needs this right now because grounded energy attracts grounded truth. Listen to this, angels have been reinforcing this phase quietly, through subtle signs, repeated numbers appearing not when you're searching, but when you're present, 222 showing up when you're in your routine, reminding you that balance is the priority now. 444 appearing when old doubts try to resurface, signaling protection around your heart. 555 showing up when something inside you senses movement without needing to see it yet. Don't scroll, listen to this. These numbers are not urging you to act, they're affirming that you're holding steady, and steadiness is power. Your heart needs this right now because power doesn't beg for clarity, it allows it to approach. Listen to this. The person who loves you is beginning to understand that loving you requires them to meet you, not chase you, not pull you back into old dynamics, but rise to where you are now. Don't scroll, listen to this. That realization is both sobering and motivating, because rising requires effort, integrity, and courage. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer meant to carry someone else's uncertainty. Listen to this. You may feel moments where you suddenly don't feel emotionally pulled anymore, where you're content even without updates or signs, and that's not detachment. It's trust. Don't scroll, listen to this. Trust isn't passive, it's embodied, it lives in your posture, your breath, your daily choices. Your heart needs this right now because embodiment keeps you aligned while things rearrange. Listen to this. The universe is also preparing you not to over-romanticize what's coming, but to receive it realistically, grounded in mutual effort, not fantasy. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Fantasy fades, but grounded connection deepens. Your heart needs this right now because depth is what sustains love. Listen to this. They've been imagining what consistency would look like, not just emotional closeness, but showing up, following through, staying present even when things feel uncomfortable. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Discomfort is part of intimacy, and they're learning to tolerate it instead of escaping. Your heart needs this right now because intimacy without tolerance collapses. Listen to this. You may notice that your intuition feels firmer now, less emotional, more factual, like a quiet knowing. That doesn't need explanation. Don't scroll. Listen to this. That's how you know you're aligned. Your heart needs this right now because aligned intuition doesn't ask for reassurance. Listen to this. The universe is also reminding you that you don't need to prove your worth to be chosen. Your worth is already evident through how you show up in your life. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You've been choosing yourself consistently. And that consistency changed your energetic availability. Your heart needs this right now because consistency attracts consistency. Listen to this. The person who loves you feels that shift, feels that you're no longer someone who will wait indefinitely without clarity, and that awareness is creating movement inside them. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Movement doesn't always look like action yet. Sometimes it looks like internal commitment forming. Your heart needs this right now because commitment begins internally before it's expressed externally. Listen to this. Angels are also guiding you to notice how your emotional reactions have softened, how you recover faster, how you don't spiral the way you used to, and that's not accidental. Don't scroll. Listen to this. That's evidence that you're regulated, and regulation is what allows love to arrive without chaos. Your heart needs this right now because chaos once disguised itself as chemistry. Listen to this. Chemistry without safety burns out. But safety allows chemistry to deepen into something sustainable. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Sustainability is what's being built now, quietly, carefully, intentionally. Your heart needs this right now because sustainable love doesn't demand sacrifice of self. Listen to this. The universe is also protecting you from premature disclosure, from knowing the name before you're meant to, because knowing too soon would pull you into anticipation instead of presence. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Presence keeps you sovereign. Your heart needs this right now because sovereignty allows choice. Listen to this. Choice is what differentiates destiny from fate. Destiny is chosen consciously, not stumbled into unconsciously. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You're being prepared to choose, not to cling. Your heart needs this right now because clinging collapses discernment. Listen to this. The person who loves you is also being prepared to choose, not out of fear of loss, but out of clarity of desire. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Desire grounded in clarity lasts. Your heart needs this right now because lasting connection is what your soul has been asking for. Listen to this. You may feel moments of subtle anticipation now, not anxious, not urgent, but like something is aligning just beyond view, and that's accurate. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Alignment often feels like quiet confidence before it becomes visible. Your heart needs this right now because confidence doesn't need proof to breathe. Listen to this. The universe is encouraging you to continue living fully, laughing, connecting, creating, resting, because what's meant to meet you will do so in motion, not stagnation. Don't scroll. Listen to this. stagnation belongs to fear, motion belongs to trust. Your heart needs this right now because trust expands your world instead of shrinking it. Listen to this. Angels are also reminding you that when the truth does arrive, it won't knock you off balance. It will meet you at eye level, steady, honest, and clear. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Clarity doesn't overwhelm, it reassures. Your heart needs this right now because reassurance feels like relief. Listen to this. Relief is the signal you've been waiting for, not excitement, not intensity, but relief. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Relief means your body feels safe enough to receive what's coming. Your heart needs this right now because safety is the foundation of real love. Listen to this. The next phase will feel less like suspense and more like recognition unfolding naturally, and when that happens, you won't wonder if it's real, you'll simply know. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Knowing doesn't shout, it settles, and what's settling now is preparing you to receive love without losing yourself, which is exactly how destiny is meant to arrive. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, and if you're still here it's because the universe is gently closing the circle, not with an ending, but with understanding. Listen to this. This phase is where everything that's been hinted at becomes embodied, where love stops living in possibility and starts living in presence. Don't scroll. Listen to this. The person who is secretly and truly in love with you has reached a quiet but irreversible realization. Whatever happens next must be real, grounded, and honest, or it can't happen at all. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer available for anything less. Listen to this. They've felt the internal line get crossed. The moment where imagining a future without integrity feels heavier than facing the truth, and that moment changes people. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Change doesn't always look like action at first. It looks like resolve settling into the body. This message is for you because resolve is forming now. Listen to this. They've noticed that the idea of staying silent no longer brings peace, it brings tension. And the idea of honesty, even with uncertainty, brings relief. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Relief is the soul's yes. Your heart needs this right now because your soul recognizes that feeling too. Listen to this. Angels have been steady and close, not dramatic, not urgent, but protective, reinforcing this final internal alignment with gentle signs. Divine numbers appearing at moments of calm instead of crisis. 111 when awareness locks in, 222 when balance feels natural, 333 when reassurance settles without explanation, 444 when old fears try to resurface but can't take hold, 555 when the sense of movement becomes undeniable. Don't scroll. Listen to this. These numbers aren't counting down, they're grounding you in the present moment so you don't rush ahead of what's ready. Your heart needs this right now because rushing would pull you back into old patterns. Listen to this. You've changed too much to go backward now. Don't scroll. Listen to this. The universe has been watching how you respond to silence differently, how you don't chase meaning or fill space with assumptions, how you stay rooted in your life, your body, your choices, and that steadiness is magnetic. Your heart needs this right now because steadiness invites honesty. Listen to this. The person who loves you feels that magnetism, feels that approaching you now requires authenticity, not performance, consistency, not charm. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Performance fades, but authenticity holds. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer impressed by what looks good, you're aligned with what feels true. Listen to this. They're practicing being truthful with themselves first, noticing what drains them, what restores them, what no longer fits. and what feels aligned with the version of themselves they're becoming. Don't scroll, listen to this. Becoming requires letting go, and letting go takes courage. Your heart needs this right now because courage is growing on both sides. Listen to this. You may notice that you feel less attached to outcomes now, less invested in how things should happen, and more present with how things are. And that's the final shift. Don't scroll, listen to this. Presence is the doorway through which aligned love enters. Your heart needs this right now because presence keeps you from bargaining with the future. Listen to this. Angels are also guiding you to trust the simplicity of what's coming, because simplicity is clarity, and clarity is what you've been asking for all along. Don't scroll, listen to this. Complicated love kept you busy, but simple love lets you breathe. Your heart needs this right now because breathing is how you know you're safe. Listen to this. The person who loves you has started to picture what safety would look like with you, not in fantasy, but in real moments, real days, real challenges, and that grounded imagining is powerful. Don't scroll, listen to this. Grounded imagination turns into intention, and intention turns into action when timing aligns. Your heart needs this right now because timing is aligning quietly. Listen to this. You don't need to watch the clock or the signs obsessively anymore, because what's meant to happen will move toward you clearly. Don't scroll, listen to this. Clarity doesn't whisper forever, it eventually speaks, but it chooses the moment when both hearts can hear without panic. Your heart needs this right now because panic belongs to the past. Listen to this. You've learned how to self-soothe, how to pause, how to respond instead of react, and that wisdom changed the quality of love available to you. Don't scroll, listen to this. The universe responds to wisdom with opportunity. Your heart needs this right now because opportunity arrives differently than lessons. Listen to this. Lessons disrupt, opportunities integrate. Don't scroll, listen to this. Integration is what's happening now. Your life isn't being overturned, it's being aligned. Your heart needs this right now because alignment feels natural. Listen to this. The person who loves you is sensing that too, sensing that approaching you won't disrupt your world, it will complement it. Don't scroll, listen to this. Complementing energy is what lasts. Your heart needs this right now because lasting love doesn't require sacrifice of self. Listen to this. Angels are also reminding you that knowing the name isn't the most important part, knowing the energy is, and you already do. Don't scroll, listen to this. The name will surface when it can land without creating fixation, when it can arrive as recognition instead of obsession. Your heart needs this right now because obsession steals peace. Listen to this. Peace is your confirmation now. Don't scroll, listen to this. If you feel calm curiosity instead of urgency, grounded anticipation instead of anxiety, that's how you know you're aligned. Your heart needs this right now because alignment doesn't rush endings or beginnings. It allows transitions. Listen to this. The transition you're in is subtle but profound, from seeking love to receiving it. Don't scroll, listen to this. Receiving requires openness without attachment, trust without control. Your heart needs this right now because control once felt safe, but trust feels lighter. Listen to this. You've been choosing lightness, and that choice shifted everything. Don't scroll, listen to this. The universe is honoring that by preparing a connection that can meet you without weighing you down. Your heart needs this right now because heaviness is no longer your teacher. Listen to this. Angels are close, guiding gently, not pulling you forward, but walking beside you, reminding you that you don't need to perform readiness. You already are. Don't scroll, listen to this. Readiness shows in how you stay present, how you protect your peace, how you allow things to unfold without gripping them. Your heart needs this right now because that's mastery. Listen to this. Mastery doesn't shout, it rests, and you are resting into alignment. Don't scroll. Listen to this. When the truth finally steps into words, it will feel less like revelation and more like confirmation of what your soul already knew. Your heart needs this right now because confirmation feels like relief. Listen to this. Relief is the exhale. After a long holding of breath, don't scroll. Listen to this. You've been holding long enough, and now you're learning how to receive without fear. That's the real miracle here, not the name, not the timing, but who you've become. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Destiny doesn't just bring people together, it prepares hearts to hold each other gently, and that preparation is complete. Stay present, stay grounded, because what comes next won't need chasing, it will arrive naturally, clearly, and in a way that lets your heart stay whole.